Girl, I hate to burst your bubble, but you're gonna have to go outside. Listen, I've been in a big city, i.e. Houston, for a long time now. Like, I've been back for 8 years. And, excuse me, it took me 4 of those 8 years to get free because I was locked behind being stuck around, oh, I need someone to go with me. And when I got out of that around year 4, I started just doing things for myself. I started going to dance classes by myself. I started going to different events by myself. I started meeting new people, and it took a really long time, to be honest, to actually start meeting people that I connected with. And granted, I knew people here because I went to high school out in the suburbs. I went to high school in Humble, Atascocita specifically. Go Eagles. And I just had a little bit more of a head start versus like folks who might be a transplant here, or you know, if you've just never taken time to venture out in the city. And especially after the pandemic, there are so many different instances of social anxiety that have been created since we went inside and never came back out, basically. During the pandemic, I realized that, I have some really big social anxiety, and I can't interact with people like I used to. And then because I was married and my now ex-husband wasn't really dating me, we were just coexisting just because of the timing of all and the incompatibility that we at that point were experiencing. Like, we didn't go out, we didn't go do things, we couldn't. I forgot how to flirt. I forgot how to exist for real. And it creates like a different beast in you. So all that to say, you have to go outside. You have to give yourself opportunities to meet new people. Like I started going to dance classes, and then I started going to yoga classes, and I got a job because at that point I had been in my business for years, but I realized I really needed to be around people, so I got a job just to get comfortable talking to people again and interacting with people again. I got to a point where I was like, okay, cool, I can actually start going out. So I would get sitters, or my parents or in-laws would watch like babies, and I would go out and meet new people. That's how it was for me. If you don't go outside, you won't get a chance to actually meet your people, whether it's hobbies. You see me out in the park here, I'm doing art, I'm inviting anyone who's curious to come approach me. And if they don't, cool, because I'm an introvert at heart. And there are folks who are around me who would argue that because I'm so extroverted in public, but I call myself a situational extrovert. I definitely am someone who likes my space, and I like being creative, and I like silence more and more as time goes on, which I found to be very interesting. I like, being able to zone out to music. I love music. So like I find myself in spaces where music is very vibrant, like jazz clubs. You'll see me like in spaces in Houston like Bald Kitty, or at any of the DJ events that are happening. Oh my God, like Wine and Sage, or The Healing, Your Room on Thursdays, Something to Feel. There's so many spaces in the city. There's a new jazz club opening up soon. So like, it's not like it's not there. It definitely is, but you have to go outside and find it, and you have to start digging. So if you're new to the city, or if you're just trying to figure out ways to meet new people without having to stress yourself out per se around meeting new people, here's a great suggestion list of how to do that. For one, you're gonna have to do some digging. So some apps you can use to do that are going to be Posh. The Posh app is great. Facebook events is also good. Instagram, depending on who the venue is, you'll see more of that like clubby feel. And if you're like me, you don't like the clubby feel, you're gonna have to get a little uncomfortable. You're gonna have to tell yourself, hey, I really do want to be around different people, and I want to get creative, and I want to push my boundaries a little bit and actually do things. For me, that wasn't going to include people I knew, because they're either parents and they have their own things going on, or they also are in their business and they weren't going to be able to meet me. Because when I go out, because I have two very active children who stay up from the moment they wake up at 7 a.m. till they go to sleep at sometimes 8, 8:30, 9, I can't go outside, right? So there's just different spaces that you have to be able to get comfy with, and one of those is going to be going to do things by yourself. So if that's hard for you, I would start there. And if that's really hard for you, then take baby steps. Start taking yourself out to movies. Start taking yourself out to museum dates. The museum district here in Houston is free for the most part on Thursdays, but they also have some free days like on Tuesdays. It's like there's a whole thread somewhere on the internet that I just saw that I saved that I can share in the description below, so I will do that. There's different events that are for free that you can pull up to. If you follow Doing Life, that's DNGLYFE on Instagram and TikTok, I share through that brand a lot of free events that happen on a regular basis. Because of that, I was able to get to know so many people really, really quickly and figure out what kind of vibes I liked, and we can now recommend the kind of vibes that you may like. If you're into lo-fi, jazz music, live music, if you like DJs that play things that are off the cuff, very eclectic, soul music, R&B, etc., you're probably really gonna like Doing Life, and I would definitely recommend it. I also go to a lot of networking events. I like meeting new people. Even though, like I said, I'm an introvert at heart, I like connecting with people who are on the same path as I am, especially business owners. But yeah, sis, you're gonna have to go outside and you're gonna have to get a little creative. And I hate to burst your bubble in that, but I'm also really excited for you, because that means that you have the opportunity to explore a city, whether you've lived here for years or not, in a brand new lens, in a brand new light. And that's wonderful. It means that you could potentially meet a whole new group of friends. It means that you could potentially connect with people in a way you've never done before. It means you can meet the love of your life if you haven't done that already. There are so many opportunities out there for people who are wanting to explore big cities like Houston, or explore big spaces, or just get new and push themselves a little bit and find a different vibe for themselves. And I know for me, it changed my life. It's the reason why I do what I do today. I've been in business for myself for 6 years, part-time for 2, full-time for 4. And my life started changing dramatically when I got involved in the community, and when I started thinking more about how I could really benefit the city overall. When I stopped thinking about myself less and started thinking about my community more. So yeah, I would say push past that fear, honey. There's so much more to life than being indoors. And even though you may not want to do anything, do something by yourself. You absolutely can. Especially in Houston. If you don't, then you'll just be stuck inside due to traffic or whatever excuse you give yourself to not go outdoors, and miss out on some really cool things happening in the city that, honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't want to miss out on. Make time at least once a week to go out with the intention of meeting someone new, and then make time once a week to go out with the intention of doing something new for yourself, and see what happens. Good luck.